feel powerful today. There's these days where you get in the gym and you just feel strong, you feel amped, and everything's gonna go all right. So it's one of those days. I can feel it. I can feel the power flowing. Yeah, that feels good today. Oh, heavy. So I'm up to 38 on the overhead press, or dumbbell overhead press. So my dumbbell overhead press is almost as strong as my chest press, which is very rare. Normally it's the other way around. Well, it is, yeah, normally not the other way around, but normally it's people are much stronger in their dumbbell pressing for the chest variations than they are on shoulder press. But for me, my shoulder pressing variations pretty much in the same ballpark, which is fine by me because it means my delts are getting stronger and they're growing quite a lot. Again, today I don't have music because I can't figure out how to have Bluetooth to my Bluetooth speaker, whilst also having the Bluetooth mic. So no music, which might impact the workout, but I'm feeling pretty strong today. I can just feel it. I don't know what it is. I can feel the vril in my veins. Oh. Ooh-yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh. Ooh, yeah. Lightweight. Shit. My goodness. I wonder if some of the strength gains or the superior strength gains or incredible strength gains and size gains in my delts is from just a very low amount of volume. The volume on all my workouts is down tremendously, but in saying that, the delts even more so. I do one set of shoulder press, one set of side laterals, that's it. Rear delts, one set on back day. And, you know, my dumbbell overhead press is through the fucking roof. The incline dumbbell press is through the roof too, but, you know, this gaining at the speed it is disproportionate to the incline press because the delts are smaller than the pecs. And normally, overhead presses progress far slower and far less at the same strength level as the chest. And that's how it was for years for me, but then switching to high intensity, that's gone out the window. My delts have grown heaps. The strength has gone up heaps. And I wonder if my incline press would improve more if I drop some of the exercises on chest day. But then I'd probably lose some gains. I don't know, it's kind of a fine line with high intensity where how many exercises do you do, how much volume do you do? Because you often feel like you can do more. And on chest day, part of why I do so many exercises and so many, a little bit more volume, a lot more drop sets, a lot more rest pauses, is because I have a hard time connecting my chest, feeling my chest move, contract. So I need more drop sets, I need more exercises to really get it done. And it's a bigger muscle, there's more to it than the shoulders. So, you know, I do a lot more on it because I'm trying to also just viciously trying to grow it because it just will not grow. But I wonder if I dropped the exercise selection and focused on it like the delts, if it would grow more. So seeing what my delts do, if it gets to the point where my delts are stronger than my, you know, my presses, then it will be very obvious that something needs to change in my chest training, at least for the strength component. And it's funny because, you know, the volume argument, once again, is you get stronger on volume, and you can, because you get more neurological adaptations, as I always say. But my delts are way stronger, getting way, way stronger, and way bigger than I ever had on tons of volume. So it might just be a shoulder thing, but it might just be a high intensity thing. I hope this new mic setting isn't picking up my breathing as much, but if it's not, I'll keep tweaking it until I find a setting that allows you guys not to hear my incredibly high, or not incredibly high, incredibly loud fucking breathing. Or maybe it's just impossible to get around. Maybe they didn't make lavalier mics with the idea of gym bros in mind. They weren't thinking of people doing high intensity workouts who are breathing heavy. So now the side laterals, just a bunch of drop sets, one all out brutal set. Seems like it wouldn't be enough, but it's been more than enough to build up these delts. I also put straps on for the side laterals because it's not that heavy, but your grip is a limiting factor here, especially the wrist extensors like this. So you just lock the grip in. The more you have to grip something, the less you can activate the muscle that you're trying to train. You want to eliminate all the different muscles in the kinetic chain and get to the one that you're trying to isolate. So I strap just about everything, my biceps, my side laterals, I don't give a fuck. People will say, fuck, I can't get this bolt out of the way. People will say, you know, if you strap things, you never get big forearms. Well, maybe. If you don't directly hit forearms like I do on arm wrestling day, you'll have weak, small forearms, but you can strap everything else up and then just train your forearms on a separate day or at the end of back day or whatever, and then your forearms will get big and strong. You isolate them rather than hit them indirectly, because if you hit them indirectly with high intensity, you either fail with the forearms before the back or the delts or whatever gives out first, or you don't fail for the forearms and then you don't grow the forearms as ideally. You want to take everything to failure. So if you're training, say, rows, and you're like, yeah, all I need is rows to build big forearms. It's like, no, you don't, because you never trained those forearms to failure with rows, because your back failed first. And if it didn't, then your back didn't fail first. So you either lose one and gain the other one. Whereas you strap everything up, your forearms don't get hit, but it doesn't matter because you hit them to failure directly rather than indirectly. So I strap just about everything on. I put straps on for sex, dude. I don't want to be... In fact, that's going to be this week's tidbit, or next week's tidbit maybe. We'll be strapping everything. Also, now that I'm doing, so I dropped the weights on the side laterals because 18 was too heavy, but then 15 is too light. So what I'm doing is going 8 to 15 reps, so I have a higher rep gradient, because these go from 15 to 18, and that 3 kilo jump is too much. If it was 16 or 17, that'd be great. But 18, too much. I can barely get 8 reps. I have to cheat. So I'm gonna progress these for a higher rep range, and then progress them once I've really gotten, 15 kilos mastered with high reps. Then I can go up to 18. Oh, yeah, fuck. Oh, fuck, these are uneven. Fuck it. I didn't set my drop set up beforehand. Again, you gotta focus when you're working out. You'll fuck your drop sets up, you'll fuck up your sets. So I should have been focusing. Fuck! Fucking hell. God damn. And that's it, that's all my delts need. Now it's just biceps. So, starting to think that the way I'm training delts is the best way to go. One set, shit ton of drop sets, or maybe even not that many drop sets. Next exercise, man, I fucking love this exercise. It's just so good for my bicep tendonitis. So I get right bicep tendonitis from doing side pressure and arm wrestling. And, oh man, that's gonna be so loud, these sniffs and shit. So I do bicep, you know, when I do normal bicep curls, I feel a lot in the bicep tendon, not a lot in the actual bicep brachii. So these put most of the tension at the, you know, top end of the movement, rather than at the bottom. And the tension's much more kind of even throughout, but especially the top, you get a really good contraction, whereas normally if you get a barbell and you do a bicep curl, at the top, your gravity is working in your favor, so, which is not a good thing. Your tension is gone up here because your forearm angle is, you know, perpendicular or whatever. I'm not great with angles. Whereas with this one, which you'll see, up here is at the peak contraction. You really feel it in the bicep, far less in the tendon. So if you have bicep tendinosis or tendonitis, build one of these fucking weird machines that I've built. I could make this even better, but for what it is, it works perfectly fine. And yeah, it's really good. And then also, to coincide with that, then I'm gonna follow it up with decline bicep curls. So getting this like kind of peak contraction, squeezing the muscles and then stretching it out. So you get the best of both worlds. You get the squeeze and then you follow it up with a stretching component and stretch out the biceps and get, you know, potential hyperplasia or whatever, the benefits you get from weighted stretch. So yeah, this thing's fucking sick, I love it. Just getting my hand grips right, not sure. Oh, fuck me. It's slipping, which is kind of shit, but that's all good. man, you'll never feel a bicep contraction like that. That is fucking insane. Oh, fuck. It's kind of hard to drop set because I have to tie it off, but anyway. Fuck. I should probably just rest pause this. This device that I've built needs some upgrading. Make it easy to drop set. Make it even better to contract the bicep, but it's all good what it is. It's perfect, as close to perfect as it is. And really, even though this is a drop set, it's kind of a rest pause drop set. Because it's only 2.5 kilos I took off, so I kind of needed a rest pause anyway. Oh yeah. Fuck. Oh yeah. Oh god damn, dude. That is fucking nasty. The pump is insane. You know you're pumped up when you can't even see your bicep contract anymore. You can't even squeeze it because it's so pumped. Now that I've got this contracted pump, there's all this blood in the area and it's all, used to being squeezed and tight. I follow it up by doing the opposite and stretching all the tissues out that are filled with blood. Get extra different kind of stimulus that could potentially aid in separate forms of hypertrophy. So, this is very much bro sciencey, but the idea is that with big stretch overload movements that you can really tear the muscles down and potentially induce hyperplasia. There was a few studies I read about it this a long time ago, so I can't cite them and I can't even really give you the science behind it, but the idea is you stretch the fuck out of the tissues. The main study, I think, was they had rats and they were stretching their legs and birds, stretching their wings, and they'd stretch them for a long, long time under load. Not like you would stretch your hamstring or something, like stretching that hamstring with a really heavy Romanian deadlift, for example. So under weighted stretch. And these animals had hyperplasia, new muscle fibers built by donating satellite cells rather than just myofibrillar hypertrophy, which is your fibers breaking down and just getting larger. So that's part of why you do stretch movements where you can. Not all muscles can ideally be stretched. Delts, you can't really do much stretch overload with your delts. It's very difficult. I guess, most muscles can to different degrees, but yeah, the biceps especially, if you really do these seated decline curls and you let your arm hang back heaps, and then also just feels good after doing a heavily contracted movement to stretch it out. It's just even more pain. Pain's good. Oh, I strap these up too. Where are my straps? Strap everything, dude. And the way I built that other contraption is I don't grip the handle. There's no handle to grip. My hand's open when I do it. And I think that adds an extra component of contraction because, again, as I said, anytime you have to grip anything, anytime your forearms are tight, the rest of the muscles can't contract as hard, or at least in my anecdotal experience. There's no real science behind that, but, that's why they always say when you're doing rows, think about pulling through your elbows, not your hands. So the more, or like there's certain rear delt machines where the pads go on your elbows instead of your hands, because that way you can just fully work through the humerus rather than working with the grip and the radius and ulnar and stuff. So with that contraption I built, you don't have to grip it. So I think that aids with this incredible fucking contraction at the top, having your wrist dumped back, forearms totally disengaged, no grip, nothing, just all biceps. So strapping these bad boys up to try and get the same effect. fuck. Oh, that's really hard after doing that bicep curl. Oh. Normally I can get way more reps, but after doing those, I can barely get fuck all reps. I'm gonna have to do some cheat curls just to finish it off. Need to go lighter. This is normally the working weight post, the wall curls or barbell curls that I'd normally do. And this is no problem after that, but clearly, this new contraption I've built allows for more muscle damage because I'm fucking way weaker now. Oh God. Ooh. Damn. Good stuff. They're also easier to progress because it's a barbell, so I can use micro weights. Dumbbells take less progressions because they go up in bigger increments. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Straps again now. If you don't wear straps with these, your grip will 100% be the limiting factor. So wear straps. Wear straps on your reverse curls. Wear them on everything. Wear them to bed. Wear them when you're eating your food. Wear them when you're driving your car. Wear straps everywhere. Fuck. Just don't wear them on forearm days. That makes no sense. Fuck. Fuck. I don't know how I'm going to do posing with this on, because it has to be clipped to something. I'll clip it to my nipples. Fuck, I'll just do posing with shirt on today. Ooh. My battery's running low, but it's still working. I should really start posing in the mirror so I can see what I'm doing and see if the lighting is shit or not, but whatever. My posing's so mid anyway. It's just a formality at this point. I don't really like posing in the mirror because I don't like my physique all that much. Natural problems, eh? Shit, what the fuck? Cool, all right. Don't know if my phone's gonna die before I finish with the rest of the shit I gotta do. I'm gonna do my rotator cuff exercises. If you're not already training your rotator cuffs, fucking train your rotator cuffs. And train them to failure like any other muscle. One of the problems with these, you know, physio-like exercises, you know, the training for the smaller muscles that aren't for aesthetics, but for your function and health, is that they're oftentimes programmed by twink physios who are giving these to old people who are just so fucked up that they can't train to failure. And a lot of these physios don't even, you know, probably know the science behind training to failure. So it's hard to adhere to this shit because it's like, do your rotator cuff movements 3 times a day, 3 sets of 10 reps, really easy going. And you feel like, for one, because it's so easy going, you feel like you're not doing a fucking thing, because you're probably not. And 2, you have to do it 3 times a day to make up for the fact that you're not training with intensity. So, train them once a week. I'm fucking out of breath. Train them once a week. Train these prehab movements once a week to failure, like any other muscle in your body. You'll get better results, and you'll actually do it, because you don't have to do it fucking 7 times a day for 330 reps. Fuck. Yeah, if I had to do this exercise specifically every single day, 3 times a day, with all that physio parameter bullshit, well, that's how I tried to do them in the past, and I never do them. Now I do them every week, no fucking problem. This shit's easy. It's a set to failure. How hard is that? And it's a small muscle, so like, it still hurts, because training to failure hurts, but it's not like doing squats to failure, so much easier. Yeah, actually, no, it's still pretty hard, but left rotator cuff's weaker, wear and tear, too many injuries in there. All right, now finish off with the nucleus overload, traps every day. Hopefully my mic's still working. Oh man, shit fucking burns, dude. Oh. Sweating. Got my garage door closed, because otherwise it washes out the lighting. You can't really even fucking see me half the time, especially if the camera's facing that way. So shed's closed, but now there's no air ventilation. I'm fucking sweating. It's super humid and hot where I live in Australia right now. But it's good, you get out of here and it's like a sauna. It's like, you get those heat shock proteins and get a sweat on, get all the toxins out. It's good, especially when I'm sick. You want to sweat when you're sick. My old man was a tradie and an alcoholic, so he would get sick and he'd never miss work. He'd go, you gotta sweat it out, mate. That's what he'd always say, you sweat it out. Get sick, he'd go to work, he'd sweat it out. He'd come home, he wouldn't be sick anymore. He would just go to work for 8 hours, hungover. You get in the Australian sun for 8 hours, sweat, drink more beers, drink maybe some water, and come home and he'd be fine. So, partially an immune system thing, because it's blessed with a good immune system, but if you sweat it out, you feel a hell of a lot better. And for all you nerds with that profile picture saying that I rep things too fast, no hate, you guys are cool, I get it, it's coming from a place of love, but that's what repping something too fast looks like. This is what is a lack of control in reps. And I'm doing that for a specific reason, because I'm just trying to get higher reps, blood in the area for the nucleus overload. but normally it's a lot slower than that. And so if you think that my normal reps are not controlled enough, not enough time and attention, it could look worse, it could look like that, which in previous times it has. I've been the volume guy who just rips it out, makes up for the lack of time and attention for sets and reps, but control is important, but ultimately it's just to accumulate time and attention. And you can accumulate time and attention with force reps and drop sets. And I tend to prefer that route than the slow reps. It's good to slow your negatives down a decent amount, you know, 2 to 3 seconds on your negative, even more sometimes depending on the exercise. But, you know, doing a slow positive, I don't see the point unless you're not doing drop sets and rest pauses. Because a lot of the times, you know, say for example, a dumbbell press, if you're doing a slow push, you won't feel as much as a contraction at the top as if you were to explode up and then contract explosively. That feels a lot better for me. It allows me to feel my pecs more versus delts and stuff. If I go slow on the way up on different movements, muscles I'm not looking to train get hit a lot more. So that's my rhyme and reason. But by all means, keep criticizing. It's all coming from a place of love and respect and, fuck, I gripped this wrong. I'm assuming that's where it's coming from. Some people don't so much. Some dude said the other day, in response to my power building is a stupid video, he said, yeah, but your traps are small and I bet you celebrate Pride Month. That was probably my favorite criticism so far. And he's right, my traps are small.